I swear he's doing it on purpose. Hello! Welcome back to my Minecraft world. I hope you're doing great. Just kick back, relax, and enjoy as I take you through some of the things I have been doing in the world since the last episode. I was on a morning stroll through the area when I saw this view, and I've never really looked at the base from this angle, but I think it's actually really quite nice. We have the starter cabin there, where you occasionally see a villager peeking out of the window, the church with the cemetery, pretty early build as well, the apartments, and way in the back there the farmhouses, and here the snowy mountain. I'm really happy with how this area has come together. Looking at it from this angle though, I do have more ideas for projects. You know how it goes. This face, this stone face looks kind of bland. Might want to do something with that, shave it a little bit. I think this is natural generation though. I thought maybe I had done something with it, but I don't think so. Also, this river, it's pretty barren, so this need to get some water into here quite soon. But that is not going to be for today's episode. Following up on the flower farm of last episode, I got to thinking, what other colors would I want and don't currently have accessible, and I came to this list. First of all, ink. When creating the swimming pool, I discovered that it takes a lot of ink. It's a pretty scarce resource. I don't have a farm for it. I get some from a guardian farm, but it's hardly enough. So I want to make a squid farm. I could also do a wither rose farm, but that seems hardly easy. Cocoa beans, the only place to get brown dye, I believe. Not that I need a lot of it at this time, but it's nice to have. And lastly, a cactus farm. And this is something that I've definitely run into. The green dye has been a bottleneck before. And I never got around to making a cactus farm, so I want to do that now. I also thought about blue orchid and sea pickles for the light blue and lime dyes. I think that is a really good idea. They can be made from other colors though, so I would make these mostly for the resources themselves, to light up underwater and to decorate. Now, I have been working on these farms already in between episodes. I'm on the way to the location where I built them so I can demo you. And while I am in transit, I want to ask you, if you enjoy these videos, if this interests you, consider hitting the subscribe button. It is free and you can always change your mind. Behind me is a squid farm. Can you see it? No? Ah, you're too kind, you're too kind. The reason you can't see it is not just because I'm standing mostly in front of it. It's exactly what I wanted to achieve, and I think I did a quite nice job, as well as possible, I think. I wanted a squid farm. I was looking for locations for it, but I really disliked the impact on the landscape that most designs have. And they have a big impact for two reasons. One, you need to clear a lot of river spawning spaces, or water in river biomes. Now, looking around here, I think I can actually fly. There's not a lot of rivers close by here. So I have this little spot as an AFK spot, and this is the only river that is within range. So with this design, if I just make sure that this section of the river is included, then I can get away with probably not modifying any of the terrain, making rivers dry or anything. So that's the first thing that I wanted to achieve with this design. The second thing is, a lot of designs use big nether portals, which I think are very ugly in the landscape. So I wanted to avoid those as well. What I've done now is I have pockets of water just going down, straight clear water for squid to spawn in, and then pockets of air with these warped fence gates that are open that they randomly swim in. It's definitely not the most efficient farm, but it fits my most important requirement, namely fitting with the landscape quite well. Both the Squid Farm and the Cocoa Bean Farm that I'm about to show you are products of live streams. I try to stream twice a week on Twitch as well as right here on YouTube. And if you want to see me stream and just hang out, follow me either on Twitch or here and tune in and hang out. We're going to be working on the Cactus Farm in the next stream. I tried to make the Cocoa Bean Farm look like a grain storage silo because I thought it would fit the area, and I think it turned out pretty well. It made the redstone a bit of a tight squeeze, but no worries overall. The principle of the farm is that pistons push the jungle logs up one block, making all the cocoa beans detach, and pistons above the jungle logs then move them all down again. The spiral motion made everything harder than it needs to be, by the way. There's no need for it, but I just think it looks cool. There's pad blocks on the floor with hoppers below them to pick up the harvested cocoa beans. They get shot into a water stream that merges in with the flow of the flower farm. You'll have to manually replace the cocoa beans after harvesting, sadly. There's some minecarts installed so you can reach the higher jungle logs. Sometimes some drops get stuck on those, but oh well. Oh, and the logs above the door don't ever get harvested. In time, those will be the oldest cocoa beans in the universe. I've installed a simple cactus farm below the swimming pool. It's a very common design, apparently according to the wiki credited to Xumovoid, so good on him. It's based on the fact that when cactus grows one block taller and the top is then directly next to another block, the top of the cactus is instantly harvested. There's some losses here due to harvested cactus falling on other cactus bits and getting destroyed, or them getting stuck on some blocks in between the cacti and despawning, but overall it's pretty good and it was really easy to install. And on the surface, the cactus is just collected through a simple water stream, and it is collected here. I'm really happy that I could squeeze some hoppers in behind this wall. This was a locker wall before. I had to move it forward a bit, replaced the iron blocks with barrels, and the cactus is collected in here, and it's doing quite well. I was surprised by how much was in here because I haven't been in the area much, but so this is going to fill up rather quickly, so what I've done here is add a composter behind it, so this stack will be bone meal when this is all full. And I thought that would be a good addition with so many bone meal heavy farms that I have built recently, to have some sort of passive income. And I want to do the same thing with the sugarcane farm, the bamboo farm that I have below the super smelter, but that I still need to update. And I don't know, maybe I want to build a kelp farm as well. Maybe that can be composted as well. So basically, if it can be composted, I want to make some sort of overflow that you get a passive income of bone meal while I'm in the area. And I'm going to be here a lot, so I'm going to be doing updates to existing farms to include that for sure. Yeah, look at this terrain. It almost makes me wonder whether I started building in the right area. So nice, so rugged. I like the area that we built the base in, or that I built the base in rather. But you know, this is really awesome as well. I might do something here. I'm not sure what, but I get excited about this terrain. I really, really like the way it looks. Anyway, why I'm here is because this is a very small swamp biome, quite close to the flower farm, and I have built a blue orchid farm here. Now, I didn't follow a specific guide. I don't know who came up with this design, but the concept is probably fairly well known. You have a dispenser straight below this block with bone meal. That grows like tall grass and blue orchids on this grass, because it's a swamp biome. That's the only flower that will generate here, by the way, in this way. And then these pistons, they push all these blocks one over, so everything gets detached, and then it happens, the same thing happens, but then these pistons move it one over. So you get, I can just turn it off and you see it going. It's a bit finicky, like those pistons pulse twice. I couldn't quite get that to work, so I don't know, whatever. It's working like it is now, but so I'm scared to change it, but part of me thinks that is ugly. So this, I've just been using it like this, and you know, just doing a run around with the harvested stuff, so I can, I don't know, grab it. I could install something with water to bring the drops to me, but you know, whatever. It's fine as it is. And then I've just been storing the things over here. You already saw in the chest above the composter, I can also use this for the nether blocks. Let me actually bone or silk touch these. Now, I saw this in an Etho video. I'm a big Etho fan. I really love what he does with the game. He is so creative, and so he knows so much about it. And from him, I learned that you don't actually need to replace this completely with either the warped or the crimson nylium, but you can just do one in the center. And this design, I tested it, and it's both when the grass is here and when it's over here, the dispenser fires. So with this setup, you get both variants of nether growth things. So the roots and the fungi, you get them. Oh, let me just demonstrate. And actually, I also discovered this is a pretty satisfying sound. So what I've been doing, because I thought it was pretty tedious to collect these things by hand, I've just been standing here and collecting this a little bit as well. And I'll come back to this whenever I need blue orchids, but also whenever I need the warped or the crimson fungi, because I don't know, it's just really quite easy. And I think this is starting to fill up quite full with bone meal. There's just a hopper chain into the dispenser. So there's not a huge stockpile of bone meal, but it's not that intensive. Like this just takes two bone meal per back and forth, and it's not going back and forth at a super high frequency. So yeah, that is, I could do this already. I didn't plan on it because I thought the Cactus Farm would take so much longer, but the Cactus Farm was relatively straightforward, easy, went quickly. So I thought, why not do a blue orchid farm as well? Now I still have to decorate this. I wasn't sure what to do with it. I could do a greenhouse around it as well, I suppose. It would have been really cool if it was actually a swamp straight next to the flower biome, but it isn't. For the moment, I think I'm actually okay here. I'm not going to be in the area too often or build too much other things here, so an open farm will be fine. And, you know, who knows, maybe we'll have a clip of me getting creepered while using this farm, and it'll be hilarious content for a future episode. And I didn't want to just have show and tell pieces in this video. Let's build the last farm, sort of on camera, probably some cuts. I found a design for a sea pickle farm by Lucky Salmon, and it is a pretty sweet small design that I think fits here. So we're gonna try it. Fingers crossed that it actually works. So I should have all the supplies over there. This farm works on the principle... Ooh, I want an extra block to place over there. It works on the principle that you place a sea pickle that gets detected by an observer, it gets bone mealed, and then the coral block gets pulled under it, harvesting the pickle. So we should have over there some running water, or it can be stationary water, I believe. Let's make it stationary. Then I will want a sticky piston. I'm gonna need a dispenser, some dust, some repeaters, some building blocks that I'll make prismarine. Maybe we'll have to do something else with that. And what else? Observer is what I said. Okay, and I'll only need one. So over there, block. Over there, and an observer on top of it. Yes, that is one of these days I'll remember how an observer faces. And then this needs to be a dispenser, so it's going to be quite, you know, in your face when you get in here, but I don't know, I give it some thought, and then we'll have a story about it, about what it means. So I think if we place a coral block here now, let's hope this fits the bubble column or coral block. Excuse me. Behind there, I'll need a sign and some glowstone. That's a neat little idea that Lucky Salmon showed in his video to light it up. And a sign over there, okay. And then there were more blocks. Okay. We'll place the glowstone later. So a couple of things need to happen. Redstone needs to run from this block behind the observer to there, and it's like I placed that that sea lantern knowing I was going to place this redstone contraption in this room later on. That's one thing. And then the other thing that needs to happen is this piston needs to get powered with a 2-tick delay, which we can just achieve like this. So there, that should work. And now I have, it's absolutely 100% like me to forget to take the sea pickles when making a sea pickle farm. Yeah, that sort of seems to work. Let's put some bone meal in here. And let me just grab a sea pickle. And we can see if the farm works as it is. Okay, and now we should just hold this. Yeah, and if you spam it, oh, you still get more. You just place 2, so you're becoming less efficient in bone meal. Yeah, but that's it. That totally works. I love it. So I'm going to add a hopper and 2 chests behind there for extra bone meal storage. But that's good. So good on you, Lucky Salmon. That's a really neat design that is really powerful. It's a nice mini farm. Something like that. And how does this look from the outside? Technical. It's the technical room. Sure. That can work. I can live with that. And we're not going to see much change on the map, but this is going to be a satisfying thing to do. Bang, 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 bang. That's 5 farms. There were some doubles. Cactus, cocoa, ink. And especially the ink farm will have to expand probably in a future live stream or something, or when I feel like a grindy project. But in general, the concept stands. Hang on, I'm not done yet. Hang. Now I'm done. And after all that hard work, I'm just going to end the day by putting my feet up in the tavern and relaxing. I want to thank you once again so much for watching. If you have any tips or feedback, do feel free to leave a comment. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel for similar content in the future. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I hope to see you next time. 1 beer, please, bartender.